The other couple of weeks back, I talked about the importance of logistics in as far as operations are concerned. But logistics alone without command may not take any force very far. Now, in the last attack in the southern sector, the ambush, Al-Shabaab lost key commanders in that attack. And I've just mentioned 2, but we suspect that there were more than 8 commanders who were killed in that ambush. Now, when a force is losing revenue collection, but also losing command elements, what that means is that the capacity of that force to be able to fight is completely reduced. And therefore, Al-Shabaab, as we're speaking now, has a major, major problem in as far as command and the support of operations is concerned. In addition to that, there is also infighting amongst the Al-Shabaab top leadership. And a couple of weeks back, I did mention about the rift between the group that is allied to Godane and the group that is allied to Mokhtar Robo. Godane is on the side of the foreign fighters, while Mokhtar Robo is on the side of what they call Ansar. Ansar are the local fighters. Now, the rift comes from the fact that the Ansar of the local fighters are the ones who are pushed to the war front, but they have not been paid for a while. Why? Because the sources of revenue have all been disrupted. Yet, the little that they are collecting is paying the Hamujarins, who are the foreign fighters. Therefore, the local fighters are feeling cheated. So the commanders of the local fighters and the commanders of the foreign fighters are at loggerheads. And that has been there for a long, long, long time. Now, put that into perspective. The loss of sources of revenue, command at loggerheads, loss of some key commanders, then you can begin to appreciate where Al-Shabaab is as at now. To us as KDF, nothing has changed. We'll keep hitting them irrespective of which name they use. Previously, they had called themselves Somalia Islamic Emirates. We hit them. Now they're calling themselves Al-Qaeda Al-Shabaab. We'll hit them again. But why are we hitting them? Because Kenyans must feel safe and secure. And the time when Kenyans will tell us that they are now safe and secure, then they can change their name to anything and will not bother with them. Kismayu, I did mention that it's probably one of the key areas in which Al-Shabaab still has got a hold on. But that still means as any other Al-Shabaab target to us, just like Bilis Kukani was. We didn't go there in 2 days. We went there after about 3 months. And therefore, when the time is right for us to go to Kismayo, we will. But as of now, we cannot move to Kismayo until we are certain that all the areas that we have been able to displace Al-Shabaab from are secure, stable, and that people who are living in those areas are no longer under the threat of Al-Shabaab. And therefore, we must continue pacifying. And I did mention here a couple of weeks back that what is the point of rushing to Kismayo when behind there are people who are hungry, people who are thirsty, people who are tired, people who are sick, and they're cheering us on? I don't think that is good for humanity. Several Al-Shabaab members were killed. But what is critical here is that even key leaders of Al-Shabaab were killed. One of the leaders who we suspect to have been killed here is Abu Yahya. Abu Yahya is the commander of Southern Somalia Al-Shabaab Command. There is also Mr. Mohammed Ismail. Mr. Mohammed Ismail is the key financier of Al-Shabaab. We also have got very strong belief that he was killed in this ambush. In addition to that, 8 machine guns were recovered, but in the process, KDF was able to incur 2 casualties. 2 soldiers were injured. 1 was flown back to Nairobi for medical attention.
For you to retain the peace and the confidence we have created, even with the international community, about our capacity to protect the country and to prevent it from terrorist attack, you need to be vigilant all the time. For the Al-Shabaab to shatter this, they need to catch you napping only once. And if you are in charge of an hotel, those beds will be empty. There will be no sacred cows in terms of criminal prosecutions. As we advanced into election here, Kenyans have spoken in one voice that they want a peaceful democratic competition. They want the best candidates, the best parties to win, and they are not interested in primitive clashes. And therefore, you can rest assured that the situation in Moyale will continue. What we are doing is concretizing evidence against several individuals who will also be prosecuted.